said he left his house, left the father's house, and went to. This was not a God that he was familiar with. That's what fascinated me about Abraham yesterday when I was going through the studies. This was not the God of his father. When it came to Isaac and Jacob, they can always refer back to the father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, they have a point of reference. Even when it came to the children of Israel going through the covenant channel, they can refer to their grandfather Isaac, Jacob, and Abraham. But Abraham heard a voice, a strange voice for that matter, from a strange God. But he gathered up faith to follow this voice. Even though he wasn't familiar, because his father Terah worshipped other gods. He was not this God that Abraham was hearing from. Abraham followed that voice, even though he wasn't familiar with this God. He wasn't familiar with the procedure and the rules of this God. So if you watch, as Abraham went along, is when God gave him instruction. Abraham, do this, circumcise your children. Abraham, build an altar. Abraham, just when he learned all these things from this God, this strange God that he was hearing his voice, not the God of his fathers. So Abraham acted on faith. We know when things were not going the way he wanted, things were not going the way he planned. He has married for years and they couldn't have any children, but yet still he believed in God and he had faith in God. He had faith in this strange God. I call it strange God because it was not the God of his fathers, neither the God of his mothers. It was out of nowhere. This God just came and picked him up and said, I'm going to make you a father of all nations. So he was the first in line for the gods. Sometimes you can refer to your partner and say, the God of such and such person, the God that didn't disappoint this person, the God that kept this person, the God of David, that they can refer, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. They have a reference point. But this is from the onset. Abraham had to be obedient and have faith in this strange God that he has encountered. When things wasn't going its way, he still dependent on this God. And in Matthew 19 verse 26, a statement was made that with God all things are possible. With man it seems impossible. With man it seems it doesn't seem doable. It doesn't seem that it can come to pass. It doesn't seem that it can be fulfilled. It doesn't seem that it can be accomplished. It seems too hard. It seems too great. It seems too large. But with God, all things are possible. This glorious Sunday morning, I speak unto you that your health, your healing is possible through this God. It's possible through faith. Your prosperity is possible. With this God, your marriage is possible. With this God, your ministry is possible. That new house that you want to acquire, that new house that you want to buy, that new house that you want to build, with this God, it is possible. With this God, it is possible. With giving birth to children, your marriage is possible. Giving birth is possible. The new business that you want to start, I declare unto you this Sunday morning that business is possible. It is possible for that business to be birthed, that business to come to pass. Do not waver in faith. Don't waver. Keep believing. Keep trusting God. Your business will be birthed. Your ministry will be birthed. Everything you are believing God for, everything that you are praying to God about, will be possible through faith. Yes, Lord. We thank you this morning. We want to go deeper. Let's look at a young man by the name of David. In 1 Samuel verse 17. First Samuel 17. And the Bible says, now the Philistines gathered together their army to battle, and were gathered together in Shoko, which belonged to Judah, and pitched between Shoko and Asa in the Ephraim. And Saul and all the men of Israel were gathered together and pitched by the valley of Eden, and set the battle in array against the Philistines. Let me skip to verse 10. Let's see what happened in verse 10. Verse 10. And the Philistines said, I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight together. When Saul and all Israel heard these words of the Philistines, they were dismayed and greatly afraid. And now David, the son of Ephraim of Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse, and he had 8 sons, and the men were among the men of an old man in the days of Saul. Let's recap here. The Bible said in 1 Samuel verse 17 that The Philistines gathered, pitched their tent in a row. They gathered in battle. It's supposed to be an army versus an army. When they come together, they fight each other. But all of a sudden, a giant or a champion rose up from among the Philistines and said, no, it's not going to be a battle anymore. It's not going to be an army versus an army. It's going to be a fight, a man versus a man. Bring out a champion among you, and if you defeat me, we'll become your slaves. If I defeat them, they will become my slaves. You have to watch something here. It was an army versus an army that was supposed to fight, but the enemy chose, because the enemy called for the battle, he changed the rules. It's no longer going to be an army. It's not going to be an army versus an army. It's going to be a fight, a man versus a man. If the enemy calls for the battle on your health, by the time you gain momentum and overcome him in that area of your health, he will switch to your finance. By the time you gain momentum and defeat the enemy in the area of your health, of your finance, he will switch to your marriage. By the time so you have to be on the offense. You have to go to the enemy's gate. Sometimes you have to take the battle to the enemy's gate and break him down and destroy every arsenal that he has, so he will not be able to call for the fight and switch the rules that favors him. But this situation favors the Philistines. They say the army versus an army will not favor the Philistines. So let me deploy a tactic and switch to a man versus a man, which favors him. Because 40 days, Goliath stood there and roared, and all the men were in hiding. Let's see what happened, verse 23 of 1 Samuel 17. And as he talked with them, behold, there came up a champion, a Philistine, a Gath, Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines, and spoke according to the same words. And David heard him. And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and were so afraid. When they heard the voice, everyone went into hiding. Everyone went into hiding. I'm going to skip. I don't want to read the whole, but I'm going to skip some scriptures. Let's jump to verse 31. And when the words were heard which David spake, they rehearsed from before Saul, and he sent for him. Saul at this point heard that there is a young man asking about this giants, and they're rolling. No one is making inquiries about this giant. They were in hiding. They were afraid, and they have run away. They wanted to hide, but he have heard there's a young man out here inquiring what will be done for this young man, the person that take this giant down. He's acquired, he's curious, and he's inquisitive. So when Saul heard, he said, send for him. Verse 32. And David said unto Saul, let no man's heart be failed because of him. Thy servant will go and fight these Philistines. And Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against the Philistines to fight him, for thou art but a youth, and this man of war from his youth. And David said unto them, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went after him and smote him, and delivered it out of the mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by the beard, and I smote him. I smote him and slew him. Saul said to David, Goliath has been a warrior since his youth, and you are only a youth. Goliath has been a warrior, a battle. He has been in battle as long as you have been alive. In other words, that's exactly what he was telling David. Why should I allow you to face this giant? You have been, the Goliath is skilled in battle. He has been fighting as long as you have been. Sometimes experience is good. Experience, they say, is the best teacher. His experience in battle. That's why he's able to stand before the armies of Israel, men of war, men trained in battle, and be able to scream, and because he's experienced in the sword. That's why David said from that day that some trust in chariots, some trust in horses, some trust in their spears, some trust in their degree, some trust in their diploma, some trust in their wealth, some trust. They have things they trust in, but we will trust in the name of the Lord. In the name of the Lord. That's why when he appeared before Goliath, he said, you come with me by spear and stone, but I come with you by the name of the Lord of hosts. I deploy the army, the whole God himself against you. He said, I have a reference point, Saul. The other day a lion appeared and took my testimony, because I've been looking after these sheep in the backside of the desert for so long. I've been watching these sheep, and the sheep gave birth to a lamb.